I'm Mark Schaus. I'm the host of an upcoming seminar series being held around the country called the Four Seasons Health Seminar Series. First one will be on March 18th through the 20th, 2011 at the Fire Sky Resort in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a 3-day event. It'll start at 1 o'clock on Friday and the 18th. And we're going to go over things on health from different perspectives. I don't want this to be another seminar that you hear the same speakers over and over. They're going to challenge you. I guarantee they won't bore you. My dear friend, the late Robert Crahan, taught me how to put on seminars. Make sure that these people don't bore me, was his biggest advice he had for me. He says, make sure that they're compelling. You may not agree with them, but they want to make you think, make you change the way you look at the world. So hopefully this lineup of speakers that I've got are not the same old tired speakers that you might hear every day. They're different people. Some you might have heard, but ones who always have phenomenal information. And on top of it, I don't want you to just hear the speakers speak. I want you to be able to interact with them. So what we're also going to add is we're going to add a feature where you're going to be able to sit in with these people and do a Q&A session. So we're going to have breakouts. So we're going to have the one main room, and then it's going to be separated to 3 rooms, so you can have 3 different speakers that you can go into and talk to them, ask them questions about real life issues, and see what they have to say about things. So let's go over the list of speakers. First one is myself. I've been in research into health issues since 1983. So I've been around the block a few times. I've developed systems on how to interpret laboratory data. That's been kind of my specialty, but I also do a lot of work on environmental health issues and issues having to do with toxicity and its effect on human health. The next person, very close to the environmental issue, is Dr. Andrew Cutler, PhD, who's a PhD chemist. He wrote 2 books, Amalgam Illness and another one on how to interpret hair tests. He's an expert on mercury detoxification using one of the most rational systems of detoxification that I saw anywhere out there. A really intelligent, controversial figure, will not make you feel comfortable, will make you think, and also is very knowledgeable about the chemistry behind the use of things like DMSA, alpha lipoic acid, DMPS, and how they should be dosed, and the amounts as well as the timing, which he says is extremely important. Next, I have a pair of brothers, Jade and Keone Teta. They're naturopaths as well as being personal trainers. Phenomenal knowledge base on how hormones affect the way you either get overweight or how you can do a better workout, how these affect chronic illness. And by the way, the main thesis of this first seminar is on chronic illness in the endocrine system. So anybody who's interested in that, if you're looking at patients with chronic illnesses or endocrine disruptions, this is the seminar to come to. Next speaker is Art Bartunek. Art works in a clinic where they deal with people with prostate cancer. And he has some really phenomenal ways of doing nutrition with these individuals. I loved his talk when I saw him at Burlington Fest, so I'd love to have you come and see him here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Next is Dr. Brian Popeil. Brian is from Scottsdale. He's a naturopath, and he's dealt with professional athletes as well as people with chronic illnesses and women with hormonal disruption. And he's been a speaker for Heal, the homeopathic company. And he has a world of knowledge from own private practice and by learning quite a bit out there. And he'd love to share that with everyone. The next one is a very good friend of mine, Claire Riondo. Dr. Riondo is also a naturopath, and she comes looking at chronic illnesses like Lyme's disease, which is so rampant out there, and her treatment protocols. Excellent speaker. I've known Claire for probably about 15 years now, and she's had her own personal health journeys that she's had to go through, and she has this great style of presenting this information and sharing what she's learned over the past years as a practicing naturopath. We also have Elizabeth Sheehan. Liz is a chiropractor, and what's unique about Liz is that she was the last student of my mentor, John Kikoski, in Spokane, Washington. And so we have some very similar ways of thinking that John gave to us as tools into looking into things like mold and Lyme's and autism and different chronic disorders that we see. Also, Dr. Dana Rosedahl, who's a PhD and an FNP. She was a former professor at Arizona State University, and their nursing school has a world of knowledge about hormones. If you want to know about hormones, you got to hear Dr. Rosedahl speak. She's really insightful and full of energy and excitement about what she does. And also, Dr. John Young. John is an MD based out of Tampa, Florida. I've worked with John for a number of years, and we've shared these amazing stories of his patients and how they've been able to transform their health. He has just a wry sense of humor, great style, and he's going to bring a lot to the table to help you understand how his transformation from being an allopathic physician to one using integrative medicine was so important, and how he gets to have his patients, how they get better with not just using chemistry and lab tests and things like that, but using the mind, body, spirit approach. So I hope this gives you a little bit of information and makes you want to come out here. There are a limited number of seats to this event. Please come to the website at www.4seasonsseminars.com and get more information and download the registration, or call us at Lab Interpretation at 775-851-3337. Thanks, and have a great day.